present the LawLink.
Yo, baby.
I need it from the top.
The LawLink.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for
The LawLink.
This is
The LawLink
your radio right here.
on Link Up 93.5 FM.
Check it out.
And now, our feature presentation. And coming up this hour,
Immigration
and I repeat,
immigration
right now, Link Up Entertainment, certified number one.
Immigration squeeze, man. Them man run things, and you want to look at things. Immigration link up on the real thing, man.
Now that's what's up.
All right, so that is what is up. My name is Brad. Wow. I'm losing my voice, ladies and gentlemen, so if I make weird noises or sound a little high-pitchy today. Oh, I'm getting feedback, that's why. So if I find a little high-pitchy today, my apologies. Try not to yell and scream. We're going to try to stay very calm today so I can keep my voice. I got 2.5 more hours of radio to do, plus be a lawyer during the non-radio times. So, the pitcher needs his arm to work. The, Usain Bolt needs his legs. The only thing I need is a voice. You can wheel me in a wheelchair.
Especially for the show, Brad.
Right,
yes.
right. You can wheel me in a wheelchair. You can put, my arms in casts. Well, I would need to write, but I guess somebody could write for me. But one thing that I can't not have is a voice. What the? Now Squeeze, of course, making his usual late entrance, just looks at me and goes,
Because you don't sound like Brad Bernstein.
"Yeah, Brad Bernstein's voice. What?
I don't want to know
What's the
what
problem with my sound?
Our sound, yes.
You need it louder, softer, higher, shorter."
Can you quarantine that area for me, please?
1800. I'm actually not sick. I literally have a voice issue. 1-800-529-5465. Yes. All right. So we have Sharon on hold, Dee on hold, and what do you want me to do with sound before
Someone
we
is telling me something is wrong with our system sound.
What is the problem? It's my voice. It sounds weird. That's why. 1-8. If you can tell us exactly what it is, maybe we can.
Everyone thinks that
There's a problem, right?
there is a problem.
Yes. One is a problem. Brad can't talk today. 1-800.
Last night we spoke late. What the hell happened in the few hours?
Children.
Oh, you were yelling?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, children, they drive you crazy. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Dude, I've learned.
What?
Not even bother with
Oh, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. 1-800-529-54. The sound
yes,
is
Nicolette
frying.
is chipping in this time.
Why do they say the sound is frying? I don't know what frying sound means. It's because the plug is plugged in. You can't keep the electric plug plugged in. Correct. All right, if it's all charged, you got to take the plugs out. Okay, so take the plug out, and then it won't fry. There you go.
Meanwhile, I got a text.
There you go. There you go. Now it should stop frying.
Meanwhile, I got a text from
Okay,
your
so,
SMG
yeah, very
guy.
good. All right, so, yeah, because we have, Tawan is out today, so our normal person who does all the cameras is out, and SMG is in China, so we got two beautiful backups, but so now, okay, so we've learned a lesson. Do not keep the charging plug in, and I bet you now it will not be frying. 1-800-529, yeah, now it's better. Now everybody says it's better. All right, so.
By the way, SMG says China is amazing. He texted me yesterday. That's all he said. China is amazing.
Did he send a picture?
Nothing. Just
Why
China is amazing.
would he send you a text but not his boss?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't send a text. Maybe they have him somewhere and just send this because he said nothing else. China is amazing. That sounds
it's like when
someone's got something to his head.
It's like when the dictators take the hostages and they say
Exactly.
ransom and they read the letter from the ransom.
Yeah.
America is the great Satan. And
right.
Is that you think he's being held hostage somewhere?
Absolutely. By the way, I need cufflinks, man. I couldn't find my cufflinks.
I guess SMG took him to China.
All right.
He did.
He did?
He was wearing your cufflinks about 2 weeks ago.
He was wearing some cuffs, all right.
Yeah.
All right, so listen up, ladies and gentlemen. This
Squeeze,
is...
you're not in the picture. Okay, so one of the things, camera woman, is you got to put both people in the picture.
Got to call him lady.
Camera lady.
All right? It sounds more
All right.
refined. And they're two
Do
refined
you
ladies.
see them? Do you
They
see
work
Squeeze
here.
in the picture now?
We see both.
Okay, very good.
Listen,
so
the
we're
picture
now
is spoiled if the handsome guy's not in it. All right?
So we're now 6 minutes into a show and done absolutely nothing.
That sounds like us.
Mazel tov. We've done absolutely nothing in 6
That
minutes.
sounds
so
like
far.
us. But
Yes.
we're like that thing they call 10-10. We can cram so much in.
Yes, in 18 minutes. You give us 18 minutes, we'll give you a lot of immigration answers.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the USA Immigration Link. And today makes no difference. We are going to answer tons of immigration
I
questions.
have something to say right now. Lady K. Charles, Trinidad is not on the banned list.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay. And we're getting a lot of calls from people, from Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Trinidad even. Fiona was telling me this morning. They all want to know if they can travel. The answer is as long as you are not from one of those 7 banned countries, and as long as you don't have a criminal record, and as long as you have never been fingerprinted by law enforcement other than Immigration Service, meaning that you've never been arrested, feel free to travel. People who have been arrested, even if those cases were dismissed, people who have been arrested in the past, people who are from those 7 designated countries, they have no, Devon, Jamaica is not on the list also.
We're getting a lot of those.
Yes, if you're not from one of the 7 designated countries, you are absolutely fine. You will know if you're from one of those 7 designated countries, and it's the easiest thing in the world. 7 banned immigration countries. Just go to Google. I bet you it pops up as the first one. Okay. List of banned countries. There. Comes right up. Okay. And you just Google it. Here it is, right here.
Why couldn't we just say Yahoo it?
There's no Yahoo anymore.
Yes, Ali.
All right.
Ali,
So the first
Alibaba.
7 articles.
Hi, I'm the internet.
You got mail.
The heck was that?
What the?
So I just was Googling it to see, and I just opened up the first thing, and you got mail. I mean, I didn't know that was going to happen. Did I know that was going to happen?
All right.
Denise Morgan.
Do you mind if I tell people what we're doing here?
No. Denise Morgan. We're doing absolutely. We decided
You know what?
yesterday.
Brad,
it
with
was-
your voice, you should just chill and
No,
just
I
answer
can't- I
immigration
can't chill.
questions.
By the way, Squeeze and I, Giselle, yesterday, we said, we could probably sit here on the radio for 8 hours
And do absolutely nothing.
and talk about absolutely nothing. And I don't know if we would entertain
Man,
anybody
I gotta
else,
get
but
my
we would
coat from
definitely
here, man.
entertain ourselves.
Totally forgot.
I
Right.
agree with that.
Squeeze and I says, yes, we would be fully entertained for 8 hours.
We would be.
Yes.
I know that
Squeeze
much.
is like, I don't know if I would entertain anybody else, but Brad and Squeeze would be fully entertained. All right, so,
I don't want to feel like you're Howard Stern. So.
yes, Christopher said we just got hacked. We did.
Yep.
We did. Edward Snowden went right into the immigration link.
It's like the Alexas that we have.
Yeah.
Listening in.
Zach watched, I didn't watch it last night.
Snowden?
Snowden, yeah. He said it was great.
Yeah.
I was busy yelling at my daughter, so I couldn't have time to watch the movie.
Hmm.
But he watched it last night after he did his homework. My daughter, unfortunately, didn't do our homework, so I was up till 3 in the morning doing it with her.
That's nice, Dad.
Yes.
You're a nice dad.
Yes. I know everything about the Civil War now. Ask me anything. I know everything about, okay? I am an expert on the Civil War.
Did you ask Google to help you?
What?
Be
No, I
honest.
did not ask Google to help me. I
Stop
had
lying.
to read all the chapters in a book and then explain it
did
to
you?
her and then write an entire
Did
essay
you?
with her.
Did you?
Did I what?
Did you use Google?
I did not use Google.
Okay, good.
Yes. No, because that would be plagiarism.
All right.
Right.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want for you to do. We are on 93.5 WVIP, okay, here in New York City. We're covering the tri-state area thanks to the O'Shaughnessy's, Whitney Radio, and beyond. All right? You know why I'm saying thanks. All right? And you can call 1-800-529-5465 to get those questions answered by the attorney, Brad Bernstein. Yes, he's an attorney, all right? His law firm's been around since 1958. He heads up the law firm, all right? Thanks to his grandpa. And ladies and gentlemen, we would like for you to actually call 1-800-529-5465 with any immigration questions you have in relation to the United States of America. My name is David Squeeze Annakie. I would also like to tell you about our social network. And that is, of course, on my page, it's Facebook, David Squeeze Annakie. And I would like for you to actually share with everybody across the world. Share on everybody's page that this is live right now. They can jump in and ask their questions. Share, share, share. We also have @LinkUpSqueeze on Instagram, just in case you prefer that. All right, on the move, on the go. We also have, of course, on the law offices of Spar Bernstein. Okay, Facebook and YouTube. That's the name, Law Offices of Spar Bernstein. On Periscope, it's Spar Bernstein. So once again, you have no excuse as to why you should not be able to get your questions in to, of course, Brad Bernstein, the attorney, right here on the LawLink, also known as the USA Immigration Link. Heard each and every single day and seen at 9 a.m. and 12 noon right here. So make sure you share on all of the social media networks. Okay, so far for the past day or so, I've been kicking the crap out of Brad. Of course, on social network.
You have?
His face has been very long and drawn.
I am very long and drawn because Squeeze has more viewers than me. It's not even close. It's not even a close race. It's like Squeeze is Usain Bolt, and I'm Brad Bernstein. It'd be like me racing Usain. That's how much far in advance he is.
Right.
So I'm asking everybody who is watching on David Squeeze Annakie, give the guy a break.
Thank you so much.
Give me a break. And just come over to me and watch. Just make me even somewhat close to Squeeze's viewers.
Go to Brad's page and tell everybody to log on to David Squeeze Annakie on Facebook. All right?
By the way, everybody keeps asking what banned countries, okay? Iran, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen. If you are from one of those 7 countries, you should not be traveling. Otherwise, the only other bans as in B-A-N-S. I keep thinking I'm saying band as in, come join the band.
And no, it will not affect Jamaicans. I repeat. All right?
The other bans
Unless you have a criminal record.
The other bans are going to be people with criminal records, people who have been arrested, people who are accused of crimes, people who have previously been arrested but charges have been dropped. Those people may have concerns traveling. There could be future things that happen we don't know. People who stay out of the country for long periods of time that in the past have gotten breaks, those people will have problems too. 1-800-529-5465. What time did you get here this morning, Squeeze?
Very early.
How early?
Too early.
What is early?
Very early.
Did you sleep here last night?
No, I didn't.
When are you going to learn to shut your phone off when the radio starts, the show starts? It's like
I
every
can't.
day.
Could
Your
be my
mom,
kids.
every day your mom
I never
calls you at 9:20. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's always. I see
mothers
who-
always call.
I see who's calling. It's Bob.
Yeah. But I leave it on
he leaves the
for mom
ringer
and
on.
kids. It's just like you. It's the only reason why you leave
No,
your phone.
but
You
if
leave it on for Pops, and Gabby, and Zach.
If you watch now,
Okay.
if you watch Law Offices of Spar Bernstein Facebook page,
Yeah.
and you see, like the Facebook page starts and the music's 30 seconds before the introduction, you see me on my telephone. What I am doing on my phone, and it's a documented fact because everybody could see it, I am shutting off the volume. So if anybody were to call me during the show, it doesn't ring. Sharon, we have to answer immigration questions. That's what the producer's whispering in my ear.
1-800-529-5465. Do remember that we are on social media. 9 a.m., 12 noon. Spread the word. We're here every weekday. It's a beautiful day today. Brad Bernstein, the attorney, he's got a little bit of a cracky voice, but he's still pushing the envelope.
By the way, did you see what Starbucks? I'm drinking Starbucks. I'm going to give him a little plug, whatever. Did you see they're going to hire 10,000 immigrants worldwide?
Okay.
To protest the ban. I thought that was pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. And they're trying to get their stocks up too.
Yeah, their stock went down.
I know everything about the stock.
Right, their stock went
Okay,
down.
they're
I
one of
don't
my
think it had
stocks.
anything to do with
They
that.
screwed me over. I lost money on them.
But I thought it was a good
You
social statement to make. Yeah. Sharon.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Bernstein's sick. And
My question is,
what is it,
my
Bernstein's
dad.
sick?
They got the thing over your face. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man, with your question. My bad.
Yeah. Okay, Sharon, what's up?
My question is, my father came to the U.S. Between 67 and 70 according to a relative. And I believe he had his green card, and I'm wondering if he was naturalized, and he's passed away, so I'm wondering if he's naturalized and how I can find out if that would affect me because I was born in 73.
If you have his death certificate, you can come to see us, and we can do what's called the Freedom of Information Act request. Somebody who's passed away, you can request those records because they're no longer private to that person because they're dead. So as long as you have a death certificate and you can show you're some relative to them, immigration will send me his entire immigration records, and we'll see exactly what happened, when, and where.
Yes.
All right, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Once again, folks, you're in tune to the USA Immigration Link, brought to you by the Link Up Media Group of Companies and the law offices of Spar Bernstein, powered by, of course, the leading credit repair agency, USA Credit Repair Inc.com.
USA Credit Repair Inc.
.com. Make sure you link up.
That's right.
All right. So let's go back to another question right here. 1-800-529-5465. David and Bradford.
D.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a quick question. My husband filed for my son in 2011. He got his green card in 2013. In 2014, April, I sent for his passport to naturally become a citizen. My question is, he did not go through the process of naturalization, and I'm looking at the form N400, Part 12, and I just want to know, he did it oath of allegiance or willing to bear arms. I just wanted to know if that's going to affect him in any way.
We're talking about your child?
Yes. He turned 17 yesterday.
Okay, so he would not be filing. You can't, first of all, you cannot file a naturalization application until you're 18 years old.
No, I'm not doing it for him. I was just looking at the form, and I see that they're asking those questions, but he did not go through that process. I just sent for his passport in 2014. He does have a U.S. passport.
Because he did not naturalize to a U.S. citizen.
Right, exactly.
He was a derivative citizen. It happened by operation of law. So in other words, when you file a naturalization application, you are asking the U.S. government to make you a U.S. citizen. And as part of that process of making you a U.S. citizen, you are saying to the U.S. government, I'm willing to bear arms, I'm willing to take an oath of allegiance to the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
When he got his certificate of citizenship...
Man, you sound terrible, man.
I'm actually not sick. When he got his certificate of citizenship...
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, let me get closer to you and cough.
No thanks. Keep that to yourself.
When you get your certificate of citizenship, it happens by operation of law. In other words, you're not required to take an oath because it's automatic that you have become a citizen. Just like I was born in America. Nobody from Department of Homeland Security came to the hospital to ask me in my crib if I'm going to take an oath of allegiance. It's just, it happened. Okay? You understand?
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay, all right. And another quick question before I go. My husband also, he filed for his daughter, and she was 18 when she got her green card. She's now 23. She's now eligible for a citizenship. So she has the N400 application filled out.
Right.
I have the front and back of her green card. The first 3 years, she was a dependent. She only has 2 years of tax return. Should I submit that, if necessary, the 2 year of tax return with her application?
You're going to bring it all to the interview. You don't have to submit it with the application. So you're going to bring it to the interview. And what you're going to bring to the interview is her 2 years tax returns and a letter from the father or the mother saying that she was a dependent on my tax returns for those 3 years. She wasn't working. And if the father or mother is also willing to give their tax returns to show her listed as a dependent, that would be helpful too.
Okay, great. And one last thing, I know you have other people, but my entire family, they're all a citizen except myself. I'm eligible for my green card in November.
Green card or citizen?
My citizenship in November. I have my green card.
Right.
So we're going away on a Caribbean cruise, Mexico.
Wonderful.
In April. Should I be worried? I'm Jamaican.
You shouldn't be worried as long as you don't have a criminal record.
No, I don't.
Okay. Between me and you, probably Mexico and, they're up in arms over what's going on here in the United States. I don't know how well they'll be treating Americans, but I assume in the travel areas that you would be going to, it would be perfectly fine and safe. But in terms of your trouble coming back to America, You have no trouble at all. You're not from one of the banned countries. You've never been arrested before. You have no criminal record. You're staying outside of the United States on a 7, 10, 3-day cruise, whatever it is, 3 days, 7 days, 10-day cruise. It's not a worry for you.
Okay, I'm coming to see you for my citizenship.
Great.
In November, should I come and see you before that? It's November will be 3 years. Can I come and see you?
You can file 90 days before the 3-year anniversary, so you can actually file in August.
Okay,
so you should
great.
come see me sometime over the summer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
All right.
All right. You know what I don't know, Brad?
What?
By the way, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Book your appointments with Brad Bernstein. What?
Book it, Dano.
Yeah, book it, Daniel. All right. So why is it everyone says, I have a quick question?
It's never a quick question.
Every single person says, I have a quick question. I'm
never-
like, why even bother to say a quick question?
By the way, A, it's never a quick question, and 2, they should say, I have quick questions. Because everybody always says, I have a question, and then they say, oh, I got another question. Oh, I got another question. I'm so used to it, it's fine with me.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect me at all.
All right, link up all the people on Instagram, okay?
By the way,
starting a ruckus. Beast Mode, by the way, says, buy your life, Bernstein.
You owe me
what?
Dinner.
Why do I owe you dinner?
Last week.
Here we go.
Last week, you said you will get 1,000 followers for Spar Bernstein on Instagram. That was a week ago. Today, to this day.
Have you checked?
There is not 1,000 followers.
Have you checked?
Yes.
Have you checked?
We are at 300 and something.
No, have you checked?
Not today.
All right.
As of yesterday, I doubt we got 700 overnight.
You know what?
You lose. LOSE. So this is what I would like for my dinner.
Here we go.
Okay. I was thinking about it, and what I would like is a nice surf and turf.
It's going to be surf and turf BioLife for that voice.
A little lobster, a little beef, a little lobster, a little beef, maybe some soup to start, and a nice bottle of red wine.
Are you done yet?
That's about it. I'm just putting in my order ahead of time.
All right. Once again, folks, it's the USA Immigration Link, the law offices of Spar Bernstein, and the Link Up Media Group. 2 companies been doing it for close to 20 years, 2 decades, man, and we still look very young.
Let's go to Jacqueline.
What's her name?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm good.
All right, Jackie.
Okay, not my quick question. My question is, I came here in 2013. In 2015, my boss did a petition for me.
Mm-hmm.
It got approved 2016, December, that's just last year, and my patient died.
Yeah, sorry to hear.
What are my chances? Added to that, I have a sibling petition that was approved in 2007.
Where's your mom and dad?
They're in Jamaica.
Okay, okay, this is what you need to do. Okay. Did you ever have anything filed in the system before April 2001?
April 2001. I don't
You don't think
like
so?
anything like what?
Okay. All right. Any application?
Sorry. I don't think so.
All right. When you come to me, at least.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you how I think. I'm not going to tell you how other lawyers think, but I'm going to tell you how I think. I think backwards. But backwards is good in your particular situation. And the reason you have to think backwards is you have to think, however this person's going to get a green card, ultimately, where are they going to get their green card? Will they get their green card in America? Will they have to go home to get their green card? And if they do go home to get their green card, will they be able to come back? You have to think backwards first. You can't say, how are you going to get a green card? You're going to say, how are you going to start the green card process? You have to start from the end. How are you going to end it? Will you be able to get your green card here? Will you be able to go home and come back?
I got you. I see what you're saying. The end result first.
The end result first.
Right.
So when you get sponsored in a job, if you never had anything filed in the system before April of 2001, I already know in my head you have to go home to pick up your green card. Okay. Now I have in my head, I'm waving a pen around. I don't know why. But here.
It's just you, man.
Yeah, I just threw the pen at Giselle. Now, when you're thinking in your head, okay, you have to go home, I'm also thinking, you know what? You've been out of status here for more than a year, presumably. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So when you go home, you have a 10-year bar.
September.
you have a 10-year bar. How are you going to overcome a 10-year bar? Before we start a job sponsorship, how are you going to overcome this? The only way to overcome a 10-year bar is one of two ways. One, you entered on a student visa or on a J visa, then you don't have a 10-year bar.
Mm-hmm.
Or two, you have a spouse or parent here who's legal.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can overcome the 10-year bar with a provisional waiver.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have a spouse or parent here, I presume, who's legal? And I presume you did not come here, and tell me if I'm wrong, I presume you did not come here on a J1 or an F1. Is that correct?
I came here on a visitor's visa.
Okay, so you have a 10-year bar. So you being sponsored in a job was not helping you in any way, shape, or form because you can't get your green card here and you can't go home. Because if you go home, you're stuck for 10 years. On top of that, you got sponsored in a job by a woman who is on her deathbed, an elderly lady. She's got to live to the end.
Yeah, she.
So
she
whoever
was
was
done
giving,
by her daughter on behalf of the mother.
So who was ever giving you this advice was thinking in the present, but not thinking in the end. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you say to me, Brad, it's 2000. My sister filed for me in 2007. That's all I got going for me now. Well, what most people would say is, oh, you got 3 more years of waiting. But I'm thinking in the end again. In the end, how are you going to get your green card through your sister? You can't do it here because you never had anything filed before 2001. And if you go home, you got a 10-year bar again. So that's not going to help you either. So you've now told me that your sister filed for you. So what does that make me think? That I know for a fact your sister is a U.S. citizen.
She is.
Because she has to be, because only U.S. citizens can file for brothers and sisters. Squeeze, do you have any idea where I'm going with this?
I think I see where you're going with this.
So, for you to get your green card, you got to get mom and dad here. So
my mom has a green card, but she went back home to Jamaica.
Okay. So, good. Or good and bad. Your mom needs to live in America with a green card for you to get a green card. Because you need a provisional waiver at the end of your case, whether it's through your sister. I was going to say your sister should file for your mom, but she already has a green card.
Yes,
you need a provisional waiver. And the provisional waiver is going to be through your mom, that she would suffer a hardship if you were not granted your green card. You got to get that waiver before you leave America, even on the brother-sister case, which is still 3-4 years off.
Yeah.
For you to get the waiver, mom's got to live here. What's the hardship to your mom if she's living in Jamaica? Number one. Number two, if you were listening to the show earlier, I said if you stay out of the country for long periods of time, they're going to ban you. So mom's got to be concerned about that as well as a green card.
Very much so.
You can't use the green card to visit anymore. You got to use the green card to live.
Right.
What I would suggest, Jacqueline, because we're not going to resolve all your problems right here, is come see me and let's talk it out.
Very important, all right? Once again, folks, this is the Immigration Link, the USA Immigration Link. We've got Brad Bernstein answering the question. You got Squeeze at the helm here. What's up?
But the reason I said that was really not only for Jacqueline, but for everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
Which is when you go for your green card and you say, okay, somebody's going to sponsor me, you got to think the ends backwards.
Mm-hmm.
How am I ultimately going to get it? Am I going to be able to go home and come back? Am I going to be able to get it here? Because just filing papers without thinking it through to the end, I see too many people doing that.
Too many people screw it up.
Yeah.
But you've got to also understand, listeners and viewers, it is the reason why we have the USA Immigration Link brought to you by the law office of Spar Bernstein and Link Up Media, because we honestly believe that you should actually come into the law firm, or you don't even need to come in, rather. From wherever you are in the world, they can actually do a phone consultation. Yes.
By the way, I'm just looking at the comments here on at least.
Hold on. Let me squeeze in a number. Sure. Come in or call in 1-800-529-5465 and get it done. 1-800-529-5465 and have Brad Bernstein handle your immigration situation or case. 1-800-LawLink. Once again, we got to remind everyone, if you're on social media, share on the respective media that you're on. Let everybody know that you're on. You were saying, Bernstein.
Yeah, I was just looking at the comments as you were talking, because that's the only time I get a chance to look.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking back at Tammy says it's a Jamaican thing that people always say, "Can I ask one question?"
Gotta ask a quick question.
Can I ask a quick question? It's a Jamaican thing.
It's a Jamaican thing?
I got the ting. Got that little ting.
No, your new tagline is sort out the ting.
Sort out the ting.
Sort out the ting.
Were you here that week or was that last week? Sort out the ting.
Sort out the ting.
Sort out the ting was this week.
Go check Bernstein and sort out the ting.
We do so many shows I don't remember, you know. And then people come and say, Brad, I asked you this question on the radio. And I go, when, how? I answer so many.
Right.
But sometimes many times I do remember.
Sometimes you remember.
I do remember. Patrice.
Let's go to Patrice. She called the radio line, 1-800-529-5465, which was also Spar Bernstein's line, the law offices of Spar Bernstein line. Let's go to her right now.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, it is her.
It is Patrice. It is her.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I have a question. My sister is in Jamaica. My dad filed for her. He's a U.S. citizen. This filing has been done a long time ago, but now the NVC has sent a letter that they need her visa application, civil document, and affidavit of support, those documents so they could schedule her interview. But she had a son after she had been filed for. Now he's been 5. So she want to add him.
Okay, so what you need to do is before you start doing all the affidavits of support and everything, you have to write the National Visa Center with that KNG number and say, well, there's a child that was born. Here's a copy of the birth certificate. Please add this child to the application. Please send the fee bills for that application. They will send fee bills for the child as well, and then you do the affidavits of support for the whole family, and everybody will be included.
Okay, but I'm having some problems here. My dad started it, but we're having problems, so I'm looking at, I need an immigration lawyer to continue the process for us.
All right, so Patrice, you're in very good luck because you're speaking to a very good immigration lawyer. Hold on one second.
That's what I think.
All right, that's what I think.
All right, once again, folks, 1-800-529-5465. You know what I'm doing, Brad?
What are you doing?
I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm sharing, I'm engaging, I'm talking.
Right.
You know, I'm letting everybody know that we're doing the immigration link, the USA immigration link, which is done each and every single weekday at 9 a.m. and 12 noon. People can get all of their immigration questions answered if they're on my page, Facebook, David Squeeze Annakie, or the Law Offices of Spar Bernstein. Don't forget YouTube, the same name, Law Offices of Spar Bernstein, and Twitter, of course, Periscope, Spar Bernstein. Remember, folks, like, follow, subscribe, all right? Right here on, of course, the USA immigration link.
Fazad Ali wants to know what happened to BioLife and why is BioLife not sponsoring this?
You know, that's a very good question. You know
that
what?
is a good question.
BioLife is not sponsoring this because the powers to be need to see when you mention sponsorship. You know, whomever is sponsoring it's got to cough up, you know, the money. And that's the reason why some people did not get free BioLife. Hence, their voice is all screwed up. You know?
Yeah, you would think.
They want me to sponsor it for free.
You would think.
Doesn't work like that with me.
It's very funny.
Nothing in life is for free.
It's very funny because you would think that, you know, maybe I know somebody important in the BioLife company that they may hear that, you know, maybe I'm a little under the weather, that he would say, here, try some BioLife. And it would be a really good marketing thing because, the lawyer tried it, and look, his voice is much better now. You see, everybody should buy it. But he doesn't think that way, does he? No. He says, hey, Brad, you got to pay for the BioLife. But got to pay for the BioLife.
I'll give you some BioLife before 12 o'clock. Your voice is going to be better. I'm going to show you something.
Not if I got to pay for it. I don't want it.
See what I'm saying? Everybody wants everything for free.
So I said, you know what? Screw BioLife. I'm going to Starbucks.
And what did Starbucks get you? Your voice is still the same.
That's right. All right, let's go to Sean. Sean.
Anyway.
Sean, what's up?
Hey, Sean.
Hello, how you doing today?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, man. I'm calling in regards. Suppose we got 2 persons in the state. One of them is a green card holder and one overstayed on a visa. If they should get married, what are the possibilities of the person who overstayed to get something?
What, are they marrying a U.S. citizen?
No, a green card holder.
You can absolutely marry a green card holder. You should. If you overstay your time, at the end you'll do a provisional waiver. You'll go home, come back. But you should be. If you haven't overstayed, you shouldn't. But if you've already overstayed, get married, do the provisional waiver.
Okay, and then you'll have to go back home.
At the end of the 2 years, you would go back home, but you would go with a provisional waiver. Every person should be thinking about staying legal. You shouldn't be thinking about overstaying. But if you've already overstayed, there is a pathway to help you. All right, so hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, and by the way, folks, we're coming to your questions in under 2 minutes on social media. So the folks who are on David Squeeze Annakie's Facebook page, Law Offices of Spar Bernstein, we are coming to you very shortly. We'll be answering those questions.
By the way, I got to welcome back somebody today. Do you know who returns to the office today?
Rosanna.
Rosanna. Yeah. I was so happy to see her that, usually,
Did you give her a big hug?
Not only did you give her the hug, but it was the...
Oh,
I see.
He gave the dance.
It was the dance hug.
Yeah.
I was so happy that she came back. It wasn't just a regular hug, it was the dance hug. Right? Did I give her the dance hug?
I'm going to start some trouble. Are you implying anything there?
I'm implying that I was happy to see her.
Oh, okay.
That's the only implication I'm saying.
I thought you were saying a replacement or substitute in the interim, does not deserve as good as a hug. I'm starting trouble now.
Who's the substitute?
I'm always starting trouble with Rosanna.
Oh, no.
Rosanna doesn't like me,
She likes you from afar. Steve.
After Steve, we go to the SMG.
Yeah, Steve.
Yes, good morning, sir.
How are you?
Good, sir, good. I live in the United States for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Got my green card about 4 years ago. Still married. But last year, me and the wife have a little argument, and cops came. We went to court. Nothing happened. They dismissed the case and threw it out. And I went on a cruise and came back. Everything was fine. And we already booked the cruise to go next weekend. And I'm hearing that if you go, you're going to get in trouble and all that stuff. So I want to know what's the procedure with that.
What I would suggest you do is this.
Yeah.
It sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Okay? If your case was dismissed, it was dismissed. No matter what Donald Trump writes in executive orders, he can't make new laws. And right now, the law says if you have not been convicted of a crime, and the conviction of a crime, the definition is you pled guilty to something and a sentence was imposed. So if you didn't plead guilty to something and they didn't give you a sentence, 1 second, you haven't committed a crime. That doesn't mean they can't stop you. That doesn't mean they can't hassle you, because that's what he said he's going to do in the executive order. That doesn't mean after they stop you and hassle you, they don't find other stuff about you that may cause a problem. So as long as you don't have any skeletons in your closet, you just accept this is how life is in the United States of Donald Trump. That doesn't mean that you're going to get deported. What I would suggest you do is enjoy your trip, but maybe before you leave, come see us.
Just to make sure all is well.
Just to make sure all is
But
well.
I'm in Florida, though, but I listen to you guys all the time, but I decided to really make the call.
The phone line works.
The phones, you have a phone consultation. Hold on 1 second.
All right, once again, folks.
Why don't we go to social media, maybe?
Yeah, let's go to social media. I've got quite a few questions. Let me just make it clear now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to SMG, the social media gal. Okay, that's Giselle. She's going to be reading off some questions from the law offices of Spar Bernstein's social network, that is respectively Facebook, YouTube, and also, of course, on Twitter, Spar Bernstein. And then we'll come to my page, David Squeeze Annakie, on, of course, Facebook, and also on Instagram at LinkUpSqueeze. So let's go to SMG. Remember, the number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Make the call to that number to book your appointments to see Brad Bernstein. That's his office number. Let's go to SMG, and then I'll continue.
Kim Mitchell on YouTube is asking, pleasant good morning, Brad. A friend of mine would like to know if it's okay to go to the embassy by herself even though her husband has his visa. Should he take her?
It's always better to have the spouse go. But you should be prepared before you go because they're going to interview you about the bona fides of your marriage.
Lady Lee on Facebook is asking, if you are receiving SSI for your disabled child, will that affect you to get your green card? Can they deny you at the time of your interview?
They look at the totality of circumstances, but you have a disabled child, and the government aid is for a U.S. citizen child. It's not for you particularly. As long as you have a good affidavit of support, you should be okay.
Lisa Duran on Facebook is asking, if someone had their citizenship and lost it, is it possible they can get it back?
Lost the actual piece of paper? You don't lose citizenship, so I assume they lost the piece of paper.
Yeah,
Yes,
a lot of people think that it's the piece of paper.
No.
It's not really. It's never the paper.
No.
The paper just signifies that you have
There's
it.
evidence of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. File a new form or come to see us. What is it? The N565, I believe. Giselle is shaking her head. Yes, I believe that's what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
1-800-529-5465. That's the number to book your appointments with the attorney, Brad Bernstein. Let's go back to Giselle, SMG, social media gal.
Lisa actually has a follow-up question. If your stepmother filed for you, is it okay for you to get through, and how long would it take if she's a citizen?
Is it okay for you to get through? It's okay. As far as I'm concerned, it's okay. Whether I don't make the rules, though. Your mother can file for you as long as the marriage to your biological father happened before 18. How long will it take? Depends on how old you were when she filed for you.
Gerald on Facebook is asking, I am a U.S. citizen. Can I fill out an I-130 form for my brother and sisters to come to the U.S., and how long is it going to take?
The answer is yes, you can fill out an I-130 and tell your brothers and sisters not to sell their property, not to give up their jobs yet, over a decade.
Okay.
And by the way, it is the N565. I just looked at it. I was just wanted to be confirmed.
1-800-529-5465. You're in tune to the LawLink.
That's so funny because
powered by USA
I
Credit
just went to USCIS.gov just to confirm. And then all of a sudden some USCIS, just now, some USCIS person just popped on my screen. Hi, you have a question? No, lady, I'm answering the questions, lady, not you. I answer the questions. And by the way, the person who this person is, I have no idea. I'm sure she's a decent person.
But you're the one.
They give a couple of weeks training, and I would say more than half the time I hear that they give the wrong advice, and then there's no repercussions for the person who gives the wrong advice, but there's a lot of repercussions for the people who get it. Is that correct, Giselle?
Yes.
Yes.
Giselle's like, okay.
Whatever.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. David Squeeze, Annakie, Brad Bernstein here. Ask her questions on social media. Giselle is going to let us know when she's done.
And by the way, Carlos, I've seen you've said 3 times I should drink tea. I will do that. Thank you, Carlos. I wanted to make clear that I am listening to Carlos and his suggestion that I drink tea. Okay, what else?
No, the one from my laptop. It's in my office.
Bomba has 2 questions on
Bumba?
Facebook.
Bumba.
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 Yes.
Bumba.
Bumba?
Bumba has 2
Is
questions.
it Bumba?
Bumba.
His last name is not CLOTH, is it?
No.
Okay.
What's is that the curse word from Jamaica?
All right.
Well, he has 2 questions. Number 1, if you are found inadmissible because you entered the United States on someone else's passport, but you got your travel permit approved, can you travel and come back without no fear of you getting stopped?
Because I heard the word inadmissible, you were stopped, you better come see me.
Yep.
Next.
Number 2 question from Bamba. Any lawyer at your firm can represent me to a lawsuit to a former company?
Depends what the lawsuit's about.
And Dion has a quick question. Good morning. Can I travel from state to state even though I am out of status?
Yes, but. Yes.
But what?
Not every state, not every city is a sanctuary city. There will be many jurisdictions that you travel into that law enforcement is going to be looking for people out of status. You travel at your own risk when you leave sanctuary areas and go into non-sanctuary areas. You also travel at your own risk as you go closer to the border. The Immigration Service and ICE work within 60 miles of the border. So if you go within 60 miles of the border, a lot of times what happens is buses and trains go, like if you go from New York to Chicago, you're like, oh, I'm going to take a train. The train goes all the way up north and then comes back down south to Chicago. It's like a big rainbow or half circle. And as it comes up north, I've heard lots of stories about ICE getting on the train and stopping people.
Yep. Who is ICE, by the way? Let the folks know.
What?
Who is ICE?
ICE is many, many people. Okay, but in this particular case, it's he's opening up a movie. Ice Cube.
No, not that ICE.
Not that ICE, but
No,
ICE is Immigration Customs Enforcement.
A
lot of people are called ICE. I think that name's been used already. Way too much.
Way too much.
Do you have questions, Squeeze?
Yes, I do. I was trying to get our beautiful assistant here to grab my power for.
Give it to me.
That's not it. It's a plug should be
The
somewhere.
plug for the computer. the big plug for the
The
computer.
big electrical plug?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the...
It's either in my bag or in the wall.
Yes, okay.
I'm losing power here. All right, so...
I need more power, Scotty.
Yes, beat me up.
Beat me up, more power, Scotty.
All right, by the way, let me just disclaim this.
I can't.
Jamaicans...
I really can't do William Shatner with a
You
cold.
should. You should.
I shouldn't be doing it.
All right, with your permission, let me just say this much. Jamaicans, you don't have a problem traveling back and forth if you don't have a criminal convictions. Everything is okay. There's no ban with Jamaica. That's just to get rid of some of the questions here. And once again, Spar Bernstein can answer them directly if you want to call 1-800-529-5465. Someone says they can make you a cup of green tea with a little honey and a little lime
Appreciate
juice,
it.
and
Bring
it
it
will
down.
clear your throat.
Thank you. Bring
All
it
right.
down.
Good morning. How long does it take to get the EAD card through marriage?
90 days.
Okay. To a U.S. citizen. Priority date is December the 2016.
90
Biometric
days.
done January
90
26th.
days.
90 days.
Continue.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning. Question: Can an immigration officer tell someone they can't get married in the USA when entering the USA checkpoint? And can they put a band on your name saying the same?
They can say if you're traveling way too much and they believe that you're coming here for marriage, they can write in your passport no extension. It'll write no EOS, no AOS.
What's that?
Means no extension of status, no adjustment of status. That doesn't mean necessarily you shouldn't do it, but that definitely means that you should see a lawyer.
All righty then. How long does it take to get your green card after you get your work permit?
Depends, I guess assuming on adjustment, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending on, if you did it right.
Okay. What if you're in the USA and you're married there? Do you get to stay there till you get your green card?
If you make a legal entry and you're married to a citizen, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to Jamaica for my baby. She's a born American. I'm a green card holder. Can I go now?
Who's the American? Who's the green card holder?
The mother is the American. I'm sorry. The mother is going to Jamaica. She's a green card holder. The mother is a green card holder. The child is an American citizen, and she's going to Jamaica to pick up the child. Is it okay?
Sure.
Okay. All right. How long does it take if a U.S. citizen files for a child unmarried over 21 years?
7 to 9 years.
7 to 9 years. If you're a green card holder and you take a visit to Jamaica, will the USA deny your entry back? I think we answered that,
yes.
But you may answer again.
If you're from Somalia, yes. If you're from Iraq, yes. If you're from Jamaica, no, unless you have a criminal record.
If you're making a visa application, you recently dropped out of college and just started working, what do you write for your employment status? The truth.
Correct.
All right? Just write the truth. I would like to file for my sister-in-law. Can I do that? I am a U.S. citizen.
You can file for your sister. And the sister-in-law.
The sister-in-law.
No, you can file for your...
Sister, but you cannot file for your sister-in-law.
Or you can file for your brother who's married to your sister-in-law. How's that?
Okay.
And then the brother would include the sister-in-law, which would be his wife, I guess. Depends on how the sister-in-law is related.
Right.
You can only file... But the bottom line is you can only file for biological brothers and sisters. How's that? That's a better answer.
What if you hold a student visa but is not currently taking any classes this semester? Does that screw you over?
Yes, because you're out of status. Let's take Christopher, who's been waiting here for 30 minutes.
And let all these folks who have been asking questions from social media wait.
We will be back at 12, I promise. But Christopher.
All right.
Christopher.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Squeeze.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
All right. I went to Jamaica. I'm a U.S. citizen. I went to Jamaica in 2010. They stamped 3 months in my passport to say visit. But I overstayed until April of 2011. Could I go back to Jamaica?
You're asking me about Jamaican immigration?
Yeah. If I
have
could go
no
back
idea.
to Jamaica.
Squeeze knows more about Jamaican immigration than I do.
No, I don't.
I don't. How would I know?
Repeat the question.
He went to Jamaica and they said stay in Jamaica for 3 months. He's a U.S. citizen. He stayed longer. Can he go back to Jamaica? How would I know? I have no idea.
Oh, you overstayed? I wouldn't know,
Yes,
man.
I overstayed.
I don't know.
But let me ask you, are you from Jamaica?
Yes.
You're a Jamaican citizen?
Do you have a Jamaican passport?
Yes.
Oh, so
then you can travel all you want.
Okay,
Travel on your Jamaican passport. When you're going in, use your Jamaican passport. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But you're also a Jamaican citizen.
Okay, what he did wrong is he entered Jamaica
on his
U.S. passport.
He's got to do what I do.
Okay, when you go to Jamaica, you show your Jamaican passport. Stay as long as you want.
Right.
No problem.
Yeah, that's what I do to come back.
No.
No, you do it the other way
you're doing
around.
I renew
you're
my
backwards.
Jamaican passport.
Christopher, listen. When you go to Jamaica, show your Jamaican passport. When you come to America, show your American passport. Then you can stay in both countries as long as you want.
Got it?
Okay.
So in other words,
so that's
yes.
what I did. That's what I did to come back. Yeah, I renew my Jamaican passport.
All right, Christopher, we're running out of time. Hold on. If you need a consultation, come in. All right, we can go back and forth 100 times here, but we only have
Dude.
about 2 minutes to go.
Calm down, dude. You got anxiety issues or something, man?
No, my voice hurts me. Anxiety, no. Voice problems, yes.
Oh boy! All right. So
Maybe it's all the caffeine I drank too.
Yes, you're bouncing off of many things.
I'm bouncing off. Look at this huge thing of. And by the way, you know what this was? This wasn't the regular coffee.
Mm-hmm.
This was the cold brew, which is the extra.
Hold it up again.
The extra caffeine one.
Okay. Yes. All right. No problem.
You know what? I think Starbucks, by the way, they're like legal drug dealers. They are, because everybody. It's like you're online for the what is it? What is it when you give the heroin meth?
I wouldn't know about that.
I don't know. Whatever. So it's like zombies are online, okay, and they're like zombied out. Everybody's half asleep online at Starbucks, and then they give you a coffee, and then everybody's like, well, happy, and like bouncing off the wall. They're like legal drug dealers.
All right. So we got 3 minutes left. If someone on a visiting visa got married to an American citizen in the state, will that be a problem?
Someone what?
Someone with a visa got married to an American citizen in the state. Will that be a problem?
Someone with a visa.
Visiting visa.
No, as long as you're married within the first 90 days, it's fine.
Okay. All right. We got tons of questions, but we're going to have to come back later on, ladies and
Why don't you
gentlemen.
ask one more? We got about a minute.
Well, ask what-
SMG, you have a question?
Danny Ortega on YouTube is asking, I have a friend that has DACA, and in 2015, he got arrested for theft felony and case was dismissed not guilty. He sent all the information of the case to USCIS for renewal and got approved. Is he in trouble?
No.
Okay. All right. I think that just about wraps it up. And folks, got to say thank you all so much for tuning in. I have a student visa and sponsored for 1 year out of 4 years. How do I go about getting a work permit for another off-campus job with what's going on now in America?
If you're on a legal student visa, you can get work permit one of two ways. One is at the end of your education, you can get an optional practical training. You could also get a work permit during your 4 years, but then you lose your optional practical training at the end. So I would hate for you to do that because it's only for 1 year. The other thing you can do is if you can show hardship, meaning that, as an example, Aunt Sally promised to send me to college. Now Aunt Sally lost her job. Now I have to get a job and work my way through college. Otherwise, I'm going to.
You got to make this legal.
Otherwise,
folks.
I'm going to be.
12 o'clock, we'll return.
We'll be right back. 1 second.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And, of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465.
So we're going to continue here anyway. So if people still want to watch, we're gonna continue just a little bit. In terms of the student visa, we're going to continue, 5 more minutes, Squeeze?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 more minutes. So in terms of the student visa, if you could show hardship. So in other words, you're in school for a year, and then I'm giving a hypothetical. Let's say Aunt Sally says, you know what, I lost my job. I'm not sending you to school anymore, Squeeze. Squeeze is like, well, how am I going to pay for this? She promised to send me this through school. She gave the affidavit of support. Now she's not giving me any money. You can show hardship and then get a work permit to go work off campus as well.
Okay. And someone is asking if they stay out of the country for 6 years and they had a green card, can they come back to the United States?
No, you would need to file for an SB1 visa and show a very valid reason why you're out of the country for 6 years, but basically you've given up your green card. The other thing you can do is you can go to the embassy and say, hey, I had a green card for 6 years, I never used it, I just want to go visit, and I'm sure they will give you a visitor's visa and take your green card away.
Is it legal to use both Jamaican and U.S. passport? I always feel like it's a criminal activity.
It's not criminal. You're a dual citizen.
Okay.
Welcome to globalization. Right?
That's it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
All right. The other question is, can I travel to Jamaica on a conditional green card without being refused entry back?
You can travel. Don't stay out for too long. That's all. Okay. Just like anybody else.
I've been waiting on my permit now for 91 days and still haven't gotten it. Why have it passed 90 days?
I don't know. It's supposed to be 90. Maybe you did something wrong. Maybe they're asking you for more information. Maybe immigration's slow. One of those three. Come see me. We'll figure it out.
From state to state, will a green card holder have a problem traveling?
Should not have a problem traveling as long as they don't have any sort of criminal record.
Okay. What will happen if a U.S. citizen filing for a child over 21 years? Is it possible for the child married to his spouse, and how many years would, I'm reading verbatim here, and how many years would add to the process? I don't know what that meant.
Giselle, you'll take care of it after. Don't worry about it. Okay. So what was your question?
What will happen if a U.S. citizen filing for a child over 21 years? Is it possible for the child to get married to his spouse, and how many years would add to the process?
About 7. Don't
About
do it
7.
if you want the child to come here.
Okay. And I think that's about it for now. I know we have some on Instagram.
All right, so let's go to Giselle, and while you grab the
let's
ones
go
from
to
Instagram,
Giselle,
quickly.
I am a green card holder, been married for 2 years and not with my wife. What's my status?
You're a green card holder, been married for 2 years, not with your wife. You have a green card, I assume. Are you a permanent or a conditional? I don't know.
George Smith. I am an F1 student whose student visa was expired in June last year, but my STEM opt expires June this year, and my job is allowing me to work until that time. My wife is a green card holder, and she filed for both her citizenship and the I-130 adjustment of status form for me last month. I'd like to know if I have to go back to Jamaica before or after my STEM opt has expired, or can I wait out until she becomes a citizen and file for the I-485?
She filed the I-130 only, not the I-45.
Correct.
He should extend the STEM if he can. If he can't, he's not going to be able to legally work beyond whatever the date the STEM expires. His wife, who has a green card, already has her citizenship in, and he has many different options on what to do, and I think the best option is to come see me, and we'll figure out what's best for him.
Ricardo also has a question. I have 2 past order of protections from family court. Am I okay to go to Jamaica on a cruise?
Maybe. Come see me. You have orders of protections issues. Means there could have been an arrest.
Marcia would like to know, which cities are the sanctuary cities?
I don't have a list, but I can tell you off the top of my head that I know that it's New York.
Explain what a sanctuary city is first.
That means that the local municipal government has promised not to give any information that they obtain on somebody's immigration status to the U.S. Immigration Service, Immigration Customs Enforcement, unless they've committed a serious crime. Like, for example, Mayor de Blasio has a list of 174 crimes. They will notify Immigration Customs Enforcement. Otherwise, they will not for minor petty offenses, and they will not if law enforcement or any other government agency comes upon someone out of status. It's New York City. Boston has said they would be a sanctuary city. Chicago, San Francisco. I heard in the news, although I've not seen it published anywhere, but I've heard rumblings that the entire state of California is going to be a sanctuary state. We will see how it all pans out.
Right. All right, once again, folks, we are here on, of course, what's called the USA Immigration Link. My friend Brad Bernstein and I were doing this. And remember, you can catch us right here 9 a.m. and 12 noon. Brought to you by, of course, the Link Up Media Group of companies. That's yours truly and family. And also Brad Bernstein and the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Got tons of questions here, but we're just going to take a few more.
We'll be back at 12.
Yeah. All right, good. Can a church file for you as a musician?
Yes, but it would be, as a musician, it would not be a religious worker petition. It would be just a job sponsorship that you're not taking a job away from some other musician, unless this musician has some religious job and religious training behind it. Then you would maybe an R visa or religious worker.
All right. Good morning. I did an AOS in 2014. Did my interview on 7/7/2015 as of date. As of date, my case is still pending. No reason given for the delay. I did my interview at the Jacob Javits Center. Is this unusual?
Yeah, because yes, it's unusual.
Should I be concerned?
It's unusual to do. To the Jacob Javits Center is the hall where they have the car show. So if you did it at the Jacob Javits Center, that would be highly unusual.
Very.
Because it's not the Immigration Service.
All right.
But it's 26 Federal Plaza.
Exactly.
I think they call it the Jacob Javits Building or something like that. But it's known in the immigration world as 26 Federal Plaza.
Right.
And when you say Jacob Javits, everyone knows it as
the center, the convention center.
The convention center.
Right.
Yes, it's. You should come see me if it's been a long period of time.
All right. Can my husband file for my daughter if the child is here? Does she have to go out of the country to collect the visa?
How did the child come? Came
Okay.
legal? No. Not legal? Yes.
Okay. All right. Is it okay to travel state to state? No. At this time, no. Will I be refused citizenship because of a crime in Jamaica in the 90s?
Maybe.
Okay. What do you mean, maybe? What do you mean?
It depends whether he got a waiver for it. Depends whether it's an aggravated felony. It depends whether the Immigration Service knows about it.
Okay. All right. That clears that up. My son is going to Edna Manley College, which is a college in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Can he apply for a student visa here in the United States?
Why not?
Okay. All right. And final one. If you're a green card holder and filing for your son and he's 22 years, how long would it take for him to come to the United States?
7 to 9 years.
If your husband do an upgrade of status and file for my 1130, what happens? I don't know what 1130 is.
I-130.
Oh, I-130 it says here. All right. Yeah.
So if you file for the I-130 and what?
They didn't finish up.
Okay. I don't know what happened. You file an I-130, you're in the system, you're on your way.
How long does it take to get your green card after you're married in the United States?
6 to 9 months, depending.
Okay. I've been tracking my status of the work permit online, and I called to inquire about my situation, and they said I should get it between 90 to 98 days. I think the lawyer did everything right. So what's the delay?
Don't know. I don't know.
If I went to the U.S. Embassy in November and get turned down, how soon can you reply?
As soon as you want, but you better, if you're going to do the same thing over and over, then you're just insane. You got to fix the problem. So come speak to us first before you go back and reapply.
And with that said, I'd like to say to everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us here. Brad, you have anything else to say?
I don't know, SMG, we have anything important to say on your end?
I know I have lots of more questions that you.
Why don't we do 2 or 3 more?
Yeah, let's do some more. And by the way, let's just clear one thing up. Someone is saying on Instagram that, asking, is it true that Donald Trump is allowing everyone flying from the Caribbean, they can fly without a visa?
Yes, of course. And they're going to be flying on Donald Trump's jet, and he'll be taking them out for dinner in the White House. Everyone from the Caribbean will get a dinner in the White House on Donald Trump's jet. Of course, that's completely true.
All right.
Squeeze, it's so absurd. I can't even.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
He's being sarcastic,
Right.
folks. No, the answer is no. All right. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Antonio Smith, I have seen an immigration judge before. If I want to travel, which I'm not, would it affect me?
You've seen a what?
An immigration judge before.
I would need to see the records first before you travel. You were in deportation, so that's a problem.
Paul Cush is asking, how long does it take a U.S. citizen to spouse to file for, and they didn't end their sentence?
6 to 9 months.
Is it okay to travel from New York to Florida? I am out of
We're
status.
answering the same questions over and over again. Yes, but, be careful. Not every place you go is a sanctuary city.
Hi, good morning. I'm living here in the United States, and my sister wants to file for me. Can she file for me?
Yes, but it's going to be a long time.
Devin Lee, I am a U.S. citizen.
Now, I will say this. For people who have brothers and sisters who are U.S. citizens who want to file for them, and it's going to take 10, 12 years, I'll give you a better option. Do a job sponsorship. Let your brother and sister file for your parents simultaneously. Job sponsorship takes 18 months. Get one of your parents up here with a green card, do a job sponsorship, then do a provisional waiver through the parents, go home, come back. You've now gotten a green card in 2 years instead of 12.
Okay. All right. I know we have a lot of questions, but folks, tune in at 12 noon today. All right. Thank you all so much. Let me just repeat what it is that we have been doing here. It's called the USA Immigration Link. Of course, brought to you by Link Up Media Group of Companies and the law offices of Spar Bernstein. This is where you get your U.S. immigration questions answered by the attorney, Brad Bernstein, and of course myself taking the calls and patching them through to him, or by way of social media. Make sure, of course, that you catch us on David Squeeze Annakie's Facebook page, at Link Up Squeeze on Instagram, and respectively the law offices of Spar Bernstein on YouTube, Facebook, and also, of course, Spar Bernstein on Twitter.
And please like us if you've watched. Please like us. Please love us. Please laugh with us.
Yeah, share.
And please share
this link with everybody so they can tune in at 12 noon
Thank
today
you very much.
and beyond. All right, just share. Just share. We're gonna make it legal one more time. All right,
And
here
we'll
we
be
go.
back at 12.
At 12. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465. You know what? On my... You're on still.